Yeah, you know, out here in the money game, you got cash and you got credit. And you know, some boys, you know, they want to keep their face clean, so they do good business. And then you got some boys that use credit just to get over. You know what I'm saying? And when you go to that penitentiary, you know, it's a little bit more serious when you playing games with your face. Because you know, you got boys in there that got money, but then you got boys in there that really don't have much money. You know what I'm saying? So they use their face. And, you know, to generate money, a lot of times you have to mess with people on their face. You know what I'm saying? To move stuff. Especially in that penitentiary, you gotta trust somebody to move something, because they might not have no money, but they might be able to move something. So you go by on their face. But then you got some boys that, you know what I'm saying, they gonna get your stuff and they ain't gonna wanna pay you. So in that penitentiary, you can't really go hide, because it's a compound, and you might be able to stay in a unit a day or two, you know what I'm saying, to duck somebody or whatever, but eventually you're gonna have to come out that unit. You're gonna have to go to commissary, you're gonna have to go to medical, you're gonna have to do something, you're gonna have to come out that unit. You ain't gonna be able to hide. And you're gonna have to face the people you owe. And a lot of times, you know, when you black and you dealing with people, you know, within your race, you don't really just, if they owe you, you don't really do nothing to them. You know, you just take the lick. You know, you might try to press them, hey man, where my money? And they gonna tell you stories, they gonna duck you or whatever. Then eventually you'll just be like, man, charge it to the game. But when you in that penitentiary and you owe another race, it's a different ball game. When you owe another race, then that brings everybody into it. It's racial now. So business got to be taken care of when it becomes racial. And I remember one incident, man. We had a dude in the car from Texas. He owed the Mexican. So, you know, he ducked and dodged the Mexican for a little while. You know, they played that little old game, you know, the little one-on-one game. But once the Mexican figured out that he wasn't going to get his money, he went and told his people. So when he went and told his people, then his people came to the blacks. You know what I'm saying? To let them know what was going on. They was like, well, what we going to do about this? You know what I'm saying? Because the business got to be taken care of. So what we did to keep it from turning into a ride, because if business is going to get handled the right way, it's going to turn into a race ride. It's going to be hundreds of people, you know what I'm saying, fighting or whatever. So what we would do when something like that happens, we might tell the Mexicans how much he owe. Oh, he owed $50. So we might all come together and pitch in, or it might be one person out of the car or whatever that say, I got it, I'm gonna take care of it. So we're gonna make sure the Mexicans get their money, and then homie who owe, he gonna have to get DP'd in some type of way. It might be physical, or he might have to come to the wreck yard. We might just say, hey, you owe us 8 miles. You owe us 8 miles in a week. We want them 8 miles in a week. So he got to come out to the wreck yard and he got to run 8 miles. That's his payment to us for paying the bill for him. Or he might have to come work out with me for a whole month or something. That's how he gonna pay his debt. If he ain't got no money to pay the debt, then he gonna have to work out for it. Or he gonna have to clean my room. Or he gonna have to wash my clothes. He gonna have to iron my clothes. He gonna have to do something to pay this bill back if he ain't got no money. But we gonna make sure the other race taken care of. But he got to take care of us. And if he ain't got no money, then he gonna have to work. But then if it get to the point where we feel like he need to be DP, then a couple boys out the car, they gonna DP him. We gonna put hands on him. You know what I'm saying, for a couple seconds or whatever. Put hands on him. That's gonna be his payment. And then we gonna tell the other race, We gonna take care of this time. Don't give him nothing else. If you give him something else, that's on you. That's how we handle it in the penitentiary. We're gonna pay you this time, but don't give him nothing else. Cause you know he ain't got no money, and if we not paying no more bills. And that's how it go. You know what I'm saying? If you give him something else and you come to us asking for some money, we not paying. And it is what it is. We can do what it do.